right. Hey, welcome to the 411 Sports World Network. I'm Mr. 411, and in the studio with me, my co-host, uh, Hot Tub Tony. Can you hear me, Hot Tub? Hot Tub, can you hear me? All right, Hot Tub Tony. Hot Tub, see if you can unmute. See if you can unmute, Hot Tub. Hot Tub, you muted. Let's see if you can unmute. Hot Tub, Hot Tub Tony. All right, we need Hot Tub to unmute. All right, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's get this adjusted real quick. It's showing on my screen that hot tub is muted. I'm gonna try to get that fixed there, and then we'll be ready to roll. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in already. Love to see that. Please hit the subscribe button. Please share with at least 10 people because sharing is caring. And make sure you hit the notification bell as well too. Definitely appreciate it. Much love for everybody. Shout out Jason Ewan. Shout out Jason Ewan. Shout out to Shanna Ewing as well. Shanna Ewing again. And Jason. Hey, shout out to everybody. We can't hear you, hot tub. Let's try to get you fixed real quick. Everybody hold tight just a second for us. We'll get it together. All right, I think we got it working. Hot tub is about to join back in. All right, we're gonna go over. We're gonna talk about the political race and everything, and things that lie within that. We'll talk about different topics from it. We'll take your questions as well. We're gonna drop a line too. We're also gonna drop a line for those who want to jump in as well. Hot tub, can you hear me?
I'm good now.
All right, and I can hear you as well, Hot Tub. So that's great. And I think there was some of our listeners out here that helped us out. We definitely appreciate that as well. To all the listeners too, as well for helping us out big time. All right, Hot Tub. Glad I got you back in here. You know, the War Machine. We're gonna talk about it tonight. We're going to cover Donald Trump. We'll cover Kamala Harris as well. We'll talk about the black male. Is there a lot of pressure on the black males as far as voting this year? And is that pressure? Is it warranted? Is it right? Uh, or is it even pressure at all? We want to get everyone's thoughts on that as well. We're going to talk about the stimulus package because that's a discussion piece this week, and we'll tie it all in. We talk about the border. We even talk about the race because the early voting period is now a wrap. So we want to dive into all that good stuff there. All right. So Tub, any opening statements you want to make to everybody right now while
What's
I
going
get the line out there?
What's going on, everybody? I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Um, Me and Mr. 411 here, we've been discussing this on the back channels of doing this, and it's been a long time coming. As you know, we do the Sunday show most weeks. We haven't done it in a couple of weeks, so leading up to the election, I felt it was necessary. He felt it was necessary that we come on here and just kind of sum up everything that's been going on with this crazy race for president this year.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. All right. And yes, I'm about to put the link out there. I'm calling it the open link because that's for anybody that wants to uh, link up with us. If you get it, play on words there, link. But yeah, the link is coming out right now, about to drop it. So if anybody wants to join us, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And all we do is say, let's all be, responsible. Let's all be fair with one another, all that kind of stuff, and enjoy it. So there's the link there. We dropped the link. You can share it. You can join in whenever you feel like it. But hey, if you got comments, we'll post them on the screen as well. So either way, we good. All right, Tub. Let's get this party started, man.
Let's get it.
Um, let's start with the topic, right? That's on the thumbnail. And it's one of the big topics. Um, the black male vote. Okay. Um, the coveted black male vote. And I want to get your thoughts on this because there's a lot of talk about, especially like with President Obama, he came out and in our opinion, in my opinion, chastise the black males and basically saying that,
Come on,
we're
come
either
on,
going to,
come on, man.
you good? We either going to not vote at all or we're going to, oh, where's Hot Tub? All right, there you go. We're either going to not vote at all or we're not going to vote for Harris because she's a female. And that's words that came out of his mouth as the reason why the black male wouldn't do it, wouldn't vote and anything like that. So, hey, talk about how you feel about our vote being coveted and how do you feel about the way both
That's me.
parties, the way both parties are approaching the black male. Can you hear me? All right, you there, Hot Tub?
Yeah. It's a couple of technical difficulties, but we're gonna power through it.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on the black male vote and how both parties are approaching it?
Um, this is a tactic that I see the Democrats pull as of recently. Started during the Hillary Clinton election in 2016 that they started to play the gender divide angle on this. The Democratic Party has been seeing black male votes slip even before the Obama administration, shortly after Clinton. So last term in office, you start to see a slippage in the black male vote. Now it's at its all time high, but even at its all time high, you talking down from 20% down 20% drop off in the black male vote, which is not a lot. But when we talking in terms of a presidential election in a tight race, a 20% drop off in your core demographics is a lot. So the Democrats' tactic in mitigating that problem has been to demonize black men and make it our fault that their numbers are slipping, as opposed to them taking some self reflection and saying, "Hey, we ran a bad campaign with Biden. We ran a weak campaign with Kamala Harris, and just take account for that and work off the issues." Black men are telling you what our issues are, but what we're not seeing is the Democratic Party actually listening. They're not listening to what we're saying as what we're demanding as black men and for black people. Because as we know, what benefit black men also going to benefit black women. But they instead rather take it to the level of, if you don't support Kamala, you don't support black women. And I am totally offended by that. And I think that's utter bullshit. That's something that should never happen. You dividing a huge portion of your electorate and getting us to infighting. And that infighting between black men and black women will last. It has ramifications well past this election. I took the stance, and I'm taking the stance that there is no gender divide. It's black men stating what needs to be said. We're not getting involved in identity politics. You're not gonna sell us on you should vote for her just because she's black. I'm not even getting into the racial portion of it. Y'all, everybody that has listened to me before knows exactly how I feel about her claiming blackness. I want to keep it strictly on her policies, and or should I say lack thereof, because we have seen no substantial policies from this administration. The only solid, concrete policy that they put forth as an agenda for Black America and pretty much for all of America is reproductive rights, i.e., the right for you to kill your baby. That's the only platform that they're standing on. And how? And my question is to the Democrats or anybody who supports the Democrat that may be listening: how does that benefit Black people? How does that benefit? How does abortion benefit any people? Because that's an issue that's being particularly forced on my community, on our community. But they're not going to the illegals who are here illegally and telling them, hey, since you came over here, let me push you towards this abortion clinic. They're not doing that to them. They're not putting them they're not putting abortion clinics in immigrant communities. So the message I'm as a Black person, the message I'm getting out of that is you want me to abort our babies, but you want the immigrants to procreate so they can have anchor babies. And that's not a strategy I'm willing to get behind. I should have prefaced this whole conversation to say I am an independent. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. But my leanings, I have conservative leanings and values. But they pinned this election down to two candidates. Well, we got two other candidates in this race. You got Jill Stein, you got Cornel West. And even with their platforms are problematic in and of itself, but there are issues that I can get behind on their fronts. There are even some common ground that I can get behind. A lot of common ground I can get behind with the Republican Party, but there is nothing that I can get behind about the Democratic Party right now.
Do you think that's you know, you can't speak for all Black men, but do you think that is your thought process is prevalent amongst the Black males? And if so, like which segment of Black males?
Straight Black males, because the Black men that I'm seeing supporting Kamala Harris, for the most part, and I don't speak in generalities when I talk about this. I'm not saying all, but a good chunk of her male supporters are they lead an alternative lifestyle, which ain't nothing wrong with that. So don't get on here don't come in the comment section saying Tub is bashing the LGBT community. I'm not. That's just a fact.
All
But
right. And oh, go ahead, finish your thought there, Hot Tub.
yeah, but how does supporting and I welcome anybody to come on. That's the reason we put this as an open chat. I welcome anybody to come on and explain to me how the Democrats policies help the Black community.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Hot Tub Roadblock 63 says he I would get in, but it seems like you all get at it too much. LOL.
Oh no, Roadblock, come on. You the perfect person. We ain't gonna get into the argument, bro. Come on in.
Hot Tub, I mean Roadblock, come on in, man. Come on in.
Roadblock,
No problem.
that's a good brother. We
Yeah,
we
come
differ
on
on
in, man.
we differ on a lot of things, but it's gonna be civil.
Absolutely. And again, we want to make sure you heard Hot Tub. He said he's independent. And I'm very similar to Hot Tub as far as, you know, where my allegiance lies. So I like to know what the policies are. I like to know what they're gonna do for the segment of people that, that I deem important for me, to me. So I'm not one of those that's gonna go just off of stuff, if you will, like, well, because we think this guy is racist or we think this lady, can't be president or stuff like that. I don't go in all that. I want to know what the policies are, what you're going to do to benefit, me and my people. So that's where I lie with it. So Roadblock, you want to get in? Come on in, man. He got a question. He got a statement out here. So 85% of the men supporting Harris are gay. That's what he put out there. How to you want to respond to that real quick?
I didn't say 85%. I don't speak in generality, but I'm seeing, as far as what I'm seeing,
Yeah.
I'm seeing that she has the alternative lifestyle community on lock. But as far as the rank and file black men, I'm not seeing a whole lot of support for Kamala Harris. What I'm seeing is a whole lot of voter apathy. I'm seeing a whole lot of guys saying, I'm not voting this time around. I'm seeing people saying, I'm going to do a protest vote for Trump. Now, for me, myself, it's a hard sell for a Trump administration. Not so much because I'm scared he gonna do something. I'm not worried about that. We survived Trump before. We'll survive him again. My main concern are the Democrats' policies and how they harm our community. And basically, the Republican Party is problematic. You still have a big race segment in that party. Now, with that being said, yes, they do have them,
Uh,
but
Hold on one second, Toe. We got a little backdrop there, Roadblock. Little backdrop in there.
My bad. My bad.
It's all right.
That better. Watch a football game.
Oh yeah. Gotta keep track of that,
Roadblock.
right?
Well, football is life. You already know that.
Hey man, this is 401 Sports World Network, so football sports is cool with us, man. So we got the sports and we got some things going on outside the sports world that we gonna talk about too. But hey man, give us a quick update there since you watched the game.
No,
What
this is
Aaron
the
Rodgers looking like, or is that? Are you watching South Carolina State? Which game you watching?
I'm watching Tulane and Charlotte.
Oh my goodness, man! Look, Charlotte, they've been getting smoked this year, haven't
Yeah, but Tulane got a running back that I like though.
they? Okay, yeah,
They got nice little
okay,
offense.
yeah.
But what's going on, fellas? Good to meet
What's
you,
that,
brother.
Roadblock?
Yeah, man, same here, man.
What's up, Hot Tub? What's going on, man? I'm on the road, man. I'm in the hotel. So
Where you at now?
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You rolling?
It's Trump signs all over the place in this month.
All right,
It's all over the place.
all right. Hey, tell you want to finish your thought there?
Nah, I'm gonna let Roadblock get in. For those who don't know Roadblock, that's a good partner of mine. We come from the 2A side of things. We always have meetings of the minds.
Okay.
But for the most part, we keep it civil. Sometimes it's a little uncivilized from time to time. But we men. That's what we're gonna do. We're not always gonna agree with one another.
Hey, man, as long as we can have that conversation, man, that's what count. You know what I'm saying? Make the world go round, man. We can't say we don't agree with everything. Everybody got their own mind and beliefs. And as long as we respect each other, man, at the end of the day, that's what's up. Hey, Jason had a comment here. I don't like the way you can't currently even have a conversation because of censorship. I think you should let people speak and expose themselves if they are ignorant. At least you know what it is. All right.
That's true. I can respect that statement.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes you just gotta let them say what they want to say. Sometimes you gotta check people. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, whatever happens, you are free to say what you want to say, but sometimes you may not be. It may not absolve you of the consequences of what you say. But go ahead and say what you want to say.
Yeah, say what you want to say.
Say what you want to say.
I prefer my races open. I prefer you let it all hang out. That way I know where you come from. I ain't got to agree with you.
There it is. Hey,
Robot.
Corey. Hey, Robot. Well, Corey said, "Hey, don't do it," but you already did it. You already joined in.
Yeah. Corey already know.
Hey, and he said you don't know nothing about college football either, bro. What's up with that?
Tell Corey to hush. We can talk about that later.
All right. Go ahead then, Hot Tub. Yeah, something you're trying to say.
Roadblock. I want you to finally commit to the party that you like. That's what I want from you.
So I'm an independent. I have conservative values and I have some liberal values, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our whole political structure is geared towards choose this, choose that, choose this, choose that. You know, I'm sick of that. I've always grown up with a free mind. I've always thought for myself. When I was in class and the teacher said something, and the Columbus discovered America, there wasn't it people here already. Like I was that kid. Um, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that the Democrats do. I don't agree with the transgender shit, people playing the girls playing basketball. I I don't agree with none of that. I don't agree with the agenda of what Obama kind of put forth with a lot of the gay stuff. I really don't get down with that. However, you deal with Republicans. I see this shit every day where Kamala Harris is just a person. Like she'll get in office or whatever. She'll do her 4 years. She may get voted out. Blase skip. She done. She gone. I hate when people say Trump is, I'm not scared of Trump, or Trump is this, or Trump is that. We just gonna sit here and act like on January 6th, these folks ain't just try to take over and stop the election, stop the results, certification of the election. So when I see cultists and I see people running behind this dude and don't give a damn what he say or what it ain't necessarily about Trump, right? It's not necessarily about Trump. It's more about his followers. Because I've seen dudes literally sacrifice everything, wouldn't give a damn what their family say or anything else just to appease Trump, just to appease what this dude is talking about. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous when one person can do whatever he want to do, and you got people that's behind him that literally egg him on and don't hold him accountable. So then we look at Kamala Harris, who is phony as hell. She is, I hate the way she talk. I hate the way she move. It just feel like it's just not authentic in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like, hey, every time I hear her talk, I just change channel. I can't take it. But I know that she'll stay within the confines of the office of the presidency. She will stay within those confines. Now, the hot tub said the one thing about Kamala Harris is that she actually, when they said she wasn't doing no interviews, then she started doing interviews, and they criticized her for doing interviews. Then they said she ain't got no black agenda. Then hot tub, I don't know what you've been looking at, but on her website, it clearly gives a clear-cut plan for black men. Ooh. And she literally said that for black men, it's now a lot of people got mad when she said about giving black men a foothold in the weed industry, right? That then people got mad like, oh man, black men we do this, like, oh, y'all just think we smoke weed. But wasn't we just mad not too long ago because a lot of brothers got put in jail for weed and stuff like that? Weren't we just mad about that? So you got a whole bunch of, and now they legalized it somewhat, and then you got a bunch of white boys out here capitalizing, making millions off of this shit. So why not?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just want to make sure you got yours off.
I mean, it's an ongoing conversation.
All right. So I'm gonna address that so-called plan for black men. Everything in that plan. I read the plan. Somebody in her campaign literally did a cut and paste of her already existing policies and just slapped black men on top of it. Because when you read it, you hear a lot of generalizations. If it's a plan for black men, it shouldn't be black and brown, people of color. No, you're speaking specifically to black men when you say these are my agenda for black men. Am I opposed to black people into the weed industry? No, I'm not opposed to that at all. But you got to remember, she come from California. When she was in California as a state senator, they tried the same thing. And you know what they did? They completely shut black men out of the marijuana industry in California to the point to where
She got control of that.
they're just now getting a foothold in there. And we almost 10 years removed from them passing that policy. But they put so many loopholes and obstacles into place of black men getting into the cannabis industry that it became damn near impossible. And that's what I see when she makes a comment like that. I have to reflect on your record. Well, your record in the state Senate in California when it was passed shows that you're probably going to do the exact same thing. Now, everything else in that agenda was nothing. This is a problem that I have with it. Nothing in your agenda is what we asked for as black men, as black people. We didn't ask you. None of that is what we asked for. You hear black men ask for reparations, and hold on, you hear black folks ask for reparations. You hear them asking for an anti-black hate crime bill, none of which they have done, none of which was in that policy.
So do you know she co-sponsored the reparations bill in the Senate?
That is a study. That is not
but it's a study. And then they asked her, is she for reparations? And when she passed, she said, yeah.
No, she didn't say yeah.
Yeah, she did recently.
Hold on. I didn't interrupt you now. She didn't say, yes, I'm in favor of reparations. She said, I'm in favor of a study for reparations. Reparations has been studied to nauseam. We have a whole pathway to reparations that just went through in California. The California legislature just struck it down, but the whole way they structured that was airtight solid. That should have passed the California legislature. What happened was the Congressional Black Caucus refused to vote on it because it would have forced Gavin Newsom to actually take a side. They had the votes to pass it. They had the support of the people. All they had to do was have Gavin Newsom sign it. But to keep Gavin Newsom from vetoing it, which he expressly said he would do, the California Black Caucus, California Legislative Black Caucus, chose to not vote on it.
Yep.
That's what went to that bill. So that shows me one thing about not only the Democratic Party, but Kamala Harris. We don't need another study. That was the study. They worked out every kink every argument against reparations was worked out in that. So that showed an unwillingness by a potential presidential candidate in Gavin Newsom, because he's going to run in 2028. But when you disrespect us, when you disrespect our lineage, when you disrespect the debt that was owed to us for 200 years, almost close to 200 years now, you've owed this to us. When you come back and do that and then use black legislators in California to do it, that's disrespectful. And for me, that's an unforgivable sin from the Democratic Party. I cannot look past that. I cannot get over that. And I will not get over that. So I'm not going to reward you for doing that by putting Kamala Harris in office. Now, another thing, the Department of Justice under the Biden-Harris administration, and I always say this, Biden-Harris. So people can't wiggle out and say, well, she was just the vice president. She has sway because y'all told us that Biden is too incompetent to run. So if he's too incompetent to run, then she's in charge now. By default, she's the number 2. The DOJ refused to prosecute any of these police killings. The only thing we got from the Department of Justice, and we just got that 3 weeks ago, was when they came back and said, well, we'll look into to a certain police department in Mississippi. Not any prosecution. Now, they done already found misconduct in this police department. They found cases of police brutality in this police department. They found cases of police killing in the same police department. No convictions, no indictments. Just we gonna study them. We gonna put them on. They on notice that they on watch. And that's what I'm seeing out of the Democratic Party. It's a bunch of tokenism, a bunch of symbolic gestures, and we're past symbolism right now. And that's not even to get in. I'm gonna fall back because I ain't even got into the immigration issue. But I'm gonna fall back and let somebody else jump in.
Well, we definitely have that immigration issue on the list to talk about. Definitely want to go ahead and give you a chance there to respond, Roadblock, if you want to, respond back to Hot Tub there.
I would basically say we got two choices, right?
No, you have four.
Well, yeah, I'm already voting for Cornel West, but we all know only two gonna win. One of the two gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Four. One of the four.
One of the two gonna win.
One of
the two. Bill Stein ain't got a chance in hell, and Cornel West ain't got a chance in hell. We know that. Let's keep it real. We just that's just what it is. That's just how this American system runs. You ain't gonna get shit with Trump. You don't get a motherfucking thing. You gonna get a police 100% immunity for everything. You on top of that, you gonna get those consent decrees that the police got to file gone, because that's what what's the name did when who was the DOJ director when Trump came into office. What was his name? Little short white dude.
Merrick Garland. He's the same director now. That's Merrick Garland.
No. When Trump came into office, the director of the DOJ was Mayorkas was hired in by the Biden administration. The dude who came in with Trump, who he fired, Jeff Sessions. That's his name.
Yeah,
Jeff Sessions. They eliminated the dissent decrees. They did all of that. So my main problem with because I hate using this term, but the lesser of two evils, because you're still dealing with evil no matter where you parse it. So you may get a study with I agree with you. I'm done with studies. Like, either give us reparations or shut the fuck up about it. But Trump, what are they going to do?
Is that a question, or you want me?
No. I'm just under it real quick. I'm just saying, what is Trump and them going to do? Right? What are they going to do? More military style policing, more money going to the police for military style equipment. Why does a small town in Kentucky need a fucking tank? Why do they need that? Like, all of this stuff is starting to, if you actually look at what they're talking about in the Trump campaign and the people that's around him, they are literally going to give these police officers carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Now, mind you, Hot Tub, I know what you're gonna say. What they doing right now? I understand that what they're doing right now. More police officers are getting held accountable now than under Obama. If you think about it.
Can I jump in and correct that?
Go ahead.
Because I posted that, and I said that to you specifically. Okay, police killings are up, are their highest level. They're higher now than they were under the Trump administration. They've increased since 2020. Have increased.
Uh-oh. He outside.
Oh, is he gone?
Hey, he gone. He dropped out.
All right, hold on. I heard the beat. Let's get him back in. All right, there he is. All right, Tell, you back? No, you back? You back, Tub?
He froze though.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he just dropped. Oh, let me get him back in. I'll get him back in. Oh, 1 second, man.
Mike.
So,
all right, here I am.
All right, there you go.
All right. So that's, and I made sure to post that on my Instagram. I posted that maybe 3 days ago. That the police killing, the number of police killings has not gone down. The actual number of police prosecutions have gone down since 2022. They were their highest. So it's been a steady decrease under Biden of prosecuting police officers and an increase on police killings. And now
they don't prosecute. The Biden administration doesn't prosecute police officers. That's the individual states and the individual
Department of Justice.
The Department of Justice only does it under civil liability.
Hold on, Roadblock. No, not under civil. Not just under
civil. What's it called? When your civil rights are violated. That's the only time that they step in.
Those can be civil rights issues. And the DOJ can also come in and put those in police departments that are killing those are current under dissent decrees. Now, you spoke of the dissent decrees. They have not enforced the dissent decrees the whole 4 years they've been in office. If you read the article that I posted, don't just look at the video. Go to that specific article that I posted, and it shows that they're not, the police departments themselves are not adhering to the dissent decrees. They're also not doing the reporting that they're supposed to do. The number of police incidents, not just killings, but police brutality incidents. They're not reporting that, or they're underreporting those numbers.
It's right here. I'm looking at the Department of Justice right here. They got it listed. They got what listed? They got the number of police killings from 2024 all the way back to 2013.
They have that. They track that. But I'm saying that they're underreporting those numbers. The police departments themselves are underreporting those numbers. That's not mandatory that they report those numbers. There's some police departments self-identify when they do this.
But is that what you have?
Yep.
Is that what you have right there?
Yep. And then 2019 was 1109. 2018 was 1151. And then most of the time, if you think about what 2000, the reason why 2019, 2020 is low is because we had COVID. There wasn't nobody in the streets.
So 2023, 1,353.
Yep.
Is that what we got?
And then 2024, as of right now, is 514.
And the year's not done yet, and that report is now 2 months old. What? So it's been on pace. It's been a talking point that has not been reported, and it's been reported on by several outlets. That's why I posted it. So we're not getting. It's no difference. My point in this whole thing is no difference than Trump outwardly doing that and saying I'm gonna give police immunity than the Biden administration just quietly doing it. We're not up in arms about the reports that came out because we figure it's a Democrat, so everything is okay. No, everything is not okay. They are the same. That has been my position through this whole race. Nothing that you can levy on Trump that can't be levied on the Biden-Harris administration. They do the exact same, which goes back to my first point. If we're gonna be oppressed, I'd rather you outwardly oppress me. Tell me what it is, so that way I can act accordingly. That way I can move accordingly. Maybe that will shake us up, because one thing about Black folks that I know, and 2020 showed it, that when we see it, when we're forced to confront it, when we can't ignore it anymore, we act on it. I'm not a Trump, but I'll be the first.
All right, I think we got Tub. Did you freeze up there?
No, I'm here.
If not, hey, okay. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to Carbon Q as well. She gave a shout out to all of us here. So want to make sure to respond back to her. Carbon Q, shout out. We appreciate you. And Jason Ewan also had a comment here, guys. If y'all want to tackle it, I think this is a reference to Harris. She's absolutely not for the Second Amendment. I think you guys, this kind of hits home with you guys here. So what do you think about the comment there with Jason?
I mean, I don't. I used to be a one-issue voter. I stopped that shit. Especially when Trump came into office. I will not hold my nose and vote for Trump just because this 2A may be saved. Just like Hot Tub said, you're not gonna scare me into not voting for somebody because of 2A. My dignity and my respect for myself supersedes 2A leaps and bounds. So I could give two fucks about 2A if I ain't got no dignity. If I can't respect myself, period. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
My stance on this is a little different from roadblocks. I believe in the Second Amendment. Is that my only issue? No, it's not. But anything that gives me and my people a fighting chance in America, if America does go left, I'm all for it. You're not going to take that away from me. Now, this is one thing I want to say. Is Democrats have always positioned themselves as standing up for your rights to free speech, your rights to everything. But we've watched them erode our Second Amendment rights over the years, especially over these last 4 years. You know what else that they degraded over these last 4 years? The First Amendment, your right to say anything. That comes from COVID. Anytime you mention, and I gotta be real careful how I say it. We
Make
lost
sure
the
we don't
channel
get
last time.
yeah. Make sure we lose the channel.
Whenever you talk about certain medical procedures and certain forced procedures that they pushed on the American public, you get censored. Your channels get blocked. You get dropped. Your streams get blocked. Is that protecting the First Amendment? Is that protecting my right to free speech? And also forcing certain medical procedures on us as a nation? Shit, that's a violation of your HIPAA laws, right?
Where you get your where was your stuff banned at?
Huh?
Where was your things banned at? Where
here,
was it?
Right here.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, on Instagram. Y'all know
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Are those publicly owned companies or privately owned companies?
Well, we already know that Meta has already admitted that they were pressured by the Biden administration to censor certain words and certain phrases. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, came out and said this publicly 3 months ago.
So when you signed that contract, at the bottom line, did you read the contract?
Man, miss me with that. I already know what you're talking. You already know that. And you and I both.
He said, "Hold on, Hato was in there like
that's a bullshit.
Ain't gonna take it."
Hey, man, that's a bad faith argument, right?
No,
I expect more. I expect more of you, bro. I expect more of you. That's bad faith.
Hey, we was on YouTube last night. We was on YouTube last night on RGG's channel.
I saw
in the middle of the live, they shut the live down because they see a gun and nobody held up anything. So we are literally at the mercy of these entities that we use to communicate to the world. We are at the mercy of those entities, period.
But roadblock, when the CEO of those entities come out, because Twitter CEO has said it, Meta CEO has said it. The one they're trying to ban, TikTok CEO has said it. They're being pressured by the government to ban, to censor us. Hillary Clinton has come out and said it, and she said this about a month ago, that free speech needs to be examined. That sounds like pseudo communism.
I don't like her. She's
comments like that that's representative of the Democratic Party.
But Trump says, I am going to jail. CBS should be taken off the air. He says that
I don't agree with what he said.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, so like we are literally surrounded by two entities, right? Who literally try their hardest to. So my issue is I go at both parties. I go at Democrats. I go at Republicans. I go at.
I
am an equal opportunity kiss my ass type dude.
You do not go at Democrat.
Yes, I do all the time on Facebook. All the time. We not friends on Facebook.
I'm only going by Instagram and YouTube where I see you the most.
But I go at Democrats too. I just posted a video about Kamala not too long ago, talking crazy. I talk about especially I posted her when she talked about she wouldn't ban assault rifles. When she said she wouldn't ban no weapons, but then not too like a couple years ago, she said she would ban she wanted the mandatory buyback. I posted that. That was on Instagram. I said she was lying about that. That was after the debate. But
that's indicative of what she does, Roadblock. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you. That's why we go at it the way we do. I wouldn't go at it with you if I thought that you was just a diehard Democrat and ain't with no hope in talking to you. I just let you do what you do. But you seem to me as somebody who got some sense about yourself.
Hey.
So you see why I go at you? And you see why I go at you? Because you never go at Trump and them. You never go at them. All you do, if you look at Hot Tub's timeline on everything Instagram, all he do is go after Democrats for what they be saying and what they be doing.
Yes.
And this is my issue. And this is my issue, right? Trump is this dude, right? He since been pimping. This dude has been getting away with doing whatever the fuck he want to do, and don't nobody hold his ass accountable.
Well, that's white supremacy, dog.
No. But I understand that. However, we can't go and be like, oh, that's white supremacy, so I'm just not gonna say nothing about it. No. We gotta be like, hey man, look at this motherfucker, dude. Look at this dude talking crazy. The stuff that he says is literally off the wall. Like he'll literally say something, you will think to yourself, but he'll lie so much that you got to play fishing game and try to figure out what's the most important lie to combat. But you let so many other lies go past you, you don't know what to do. I have arguments with my mom and my dad, especially my mom, because she a diehard liberal. She ain't took one of my CCW classes. She ain't shot a gun. She don't want to shoot no gun. None of that. I talked to her about Kamala Harris and the Democrats and how they ain't shit. She look at me like I'm crazy.
But this is my issue, Roadblock. I spent 4 years under the Trump administration going at Trump. I wish I still had my old Instagram up to show it to you. But apparently I said something when the whole jab thing was going on. I said something that got that banned. I'm on my third one now. I went every damn day of his administration because I call out his fuck shit. I am not some of our other cohorts that we know that are diehard Trump, pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Republican, but I'm also not pro-Democrat because certain lines can't be crossed with me. When you play with us about our reparations, that's a line in the sand that I drew right there. Any hope that a Democrat had to get my vote was lost right there.
Man, we wasn't never getting reparations, bro.
The hell you say?
We wasn't never getting reparations.
And I'm gonna side this. Let me side note on this. When I said we was going, when I started talking about reparations in 2011, was the first time I even took that serious. People said the same thing as you. Oh man, they ain't never gonna give us reparations. Fast forward to 2021 when 2016 when Hillary was running. Oh, you niggas need to stop talking about reparations. 2020 when it came up again. Why y'all keep going at reparations? Why y'all keep bringing up reparations? Now we 2024. Kamala Harris lost black men vote. A lot of us, when she got on TV and said that cost her, matter of fact, that cost her candidacy in 2019. She was the first one to drop out. She dropped out after she did that interview. Said, I'm not going to do anything that only benefits black people. No. When she said that, that's what cost her. So
that sound bite cost her.
Going somewhere with this.
That sound bite cost her. But you ain't listen to the whole thing. The whole thing, it kind of put it more in context when you listen to the whole thing. But go ahead, my bad.
Yes, it did cost her. But I'm saying it went from a fringe issue to now it's in the national lexicon. Will it happen overnight? No, I never said that. But nothing was popular. Gay marriage was never popular. It was rammed down our throat by the LGBT community. Pause. I'm noticing the correlation between that and the reparations movement. They say, oh, well, most of America is against reparation. What they say, what they don't tell you is the support for reparation has grown by 30%. They don't tell you that part.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that's gonna be. So you will never hear me say
Tariq Nasheed, all of them. I know all about it.
They said they would never let gay people get married. They told us we would never be free. They told us we'd never integrate. Shit don't happen because it's popular. Shit happens because it's a steady drumbeat by a dedicated group of people to make it happen. And I just happen to be part of that. So when you play with us on an issue that is front and center for Black Americans, it really is. It may not be for you, but most Black Americans, if they say, "Do you want reparations?" Yes. That's all it takes right there. And if we stay a steady drumbeat on that and let these political candidates know that you will take a stand on that on this issue, then it'll pass.
Yep.
Same way they do with immigration. We don't want
guys.
Yet they pushing it down our throat.
Yep. Hey, and guys, I want to get these comments in that people are posting, and then you can react to them. So, because hey, look, keep it going back and forth. Because the information you guys are dropping is gold here. But Jason also said she also claimed that she wants to do a mandatory buyback. Keep that in your pocket right there, and then we'll drop back down to Jason again. The Biden-Harris administration gave the green light for the military to use lethal force on American citizens. And then Carbon Q, after number one Congress promoted the I can't even see right now, but this military equipment to police forces to assist Homeland Security to protect citizens against unseen powerful force at that time. All right. And then one more comment. All the media is owned by three individuals and they all meet the World Economic Order. Okay. So those are the comments that are out there, guys, that you all can jump on.
I want to take up what Carbon said. She's absolutely right. The militarization of police department did start after 9/11.
Yep, Patriot Act.
You know who sold the most amount of military equipment to the police forces? Obama. So that ain't a Democrat or Republican issue. Both of them are trying to militarize the police. As you see, what Jason posted, they just gave carte blanche to put military to activate. That's when they say that's not National Guard. That's active duty military. They authorize them to take action on the streets during civil unrest. That's unheard of.
You know what? You know why that happened?
No martial law.
You know why that happened, right?
January. Okay, let me take up your January 6th argument. So, who been in charge for the last 4 years?
You know that.
Okay, Biden Harris had 4 years to prosecute all the January 6th people.
They did.
Send a message. No, they did. They prosecuted some of them, but they never.
There's some of them in jail right now.
Hold on, they never levied harsh charges on most of them. The majority of them, they levied treason charges on.
They got one of them that's in jail. Marjorie Taylor Greene been crying all day talking about they being held unjustly and they prisoners of war. They've been crying about this shit for like 2 years now.
They've been held justly. I don't disagree. I think they should have been. I think all of them should have been charged with treason. Every single one of them that was there, every single one of them that should have been charged with treason to send a message. But when you soft on them, when you go soft on them, which they did on the vast majority of them, you won't do nothing but encourage it. So if they come back and do it again, well, you done already proved it. There ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
But they in jail. They interviewed the one dude who didn't think he was gonna go to jail, and he spent 2.5, 3 years in prison and lost everything. And then he came out and he said that he felt like he was bamboozled by Trump, and that's why he in the situation that he in right now. So I mean,
my argument is not that he just.
So you wanted them to be you wanted it to be a harsher sentence.
It should have been.
I get you. I mean, but if you think about it, federally, what was the harshest penalty that they could have faced?
Treason, 20 years. Treason. You know what the max?
So if they would have charged them with treason, then they needed to charge Trump with treason too, right?
You don't hear no argument. I'm not arguing.
I'm just saying because
for Trump, if they would have done that with Trump, you wouldn't be having this problem today. Now, would you?
And if you'd have been charged, if they'd have charged Trump with treason right now, I think this country would be worse off than it is right now. I'm just telling you, man. You know who you work with. I know who I work with. Come on, man.
Hey, man, I'm not look here. I'm not gonna go into that because something to be watching.
Hey guys, all right.
You almost got me.
Go ahead.
You almost got me.
All right, got. Hey, okay.
Right there, but no.
Hey,
if they were going,
go ahead, hot tub. Then we're gonna play a video as soon as you get done.
If they were going to do something to send a message to them to deter the actions like this again from happening again, it should have been harsher penalties. The harshest penalty for treason is death.
I didn't even think they was gonna put him in jail to begin with. So, go ahead, brother.
No. I'll just make sure y'all done with that. So we're gonna play because we're gonna talk about the stimulus package or what have you. I want to get y'all thoughts on that. Help educate me on this. But let's hear what Vice President said when she was interviewed with Shannon Sharp.
So first of all, let's clear up certain myths.
Okay.
You know those checks that went out?
Yes. Those stimmies?
Right. Right.
Stimulus check.
Yeah, I know. Well, right. Yes. Yes.
We got to be for stimulus, but they call them stimmies. Okay.
The reason those came about is because there was a Democratic majority in the House of Representatives and Congress. Mm-hmm. People like Maxine Waters, people like Hakeem Jeffries, right?
Yes.
Who did the work of pushing to say, people need help right now and we need to send out checks. There was a whole lot of opposition to it, including from Donald Trump's White House.
Yes, even him. I think he was resistant to it at first.
Yes. That's why those checks, remember, Congress holds the purse.
Yes.
So really, Congress wrote those checks, but then Donald Trump, unlike any president before or after, decided he put his name on those checks.
So therefore, people thought
Donald Trump gave me that check. And so let's clear that up first and foremost.
That's all true.
All right. So is that? Oh, you already answered my question. I mean, the question I was going to ask you guys. So is she accurate on that?
She is all true.
Let's go into them stimulus checks. So the whole idea of the stimulus check, not for the American public. It was one senator out of New York. She proposed stimulus checks for only Asian American businesses because of the pandemic. I can say pandemic because of the pandemic. That's what started it. They said we cannot do something specifically for Asians because that is against the law. That's correct. They proposed that they proposed it for everybody. You had to give it to everybody. So that's partially true. Donald Trump could have at any time, and I hate to sound like I'm defending him because I'm not defending him. He could have vetoed that. He could have.
He held it up though.
Just because it passed Congress, he does hold.
He held it up. He held up the certification of that shit because he wanted to put his name on the checks, man. Them checks could have came out 3 months before, but he wanted to put his name on it. Now, mind you, second Bush passed out a stimulus check. Obama passed out a stimulus check. When they were not held up. They didn't want to put their name on it. They just put the checks out. Biden passed out 2 checks. They didn't put their name on it.
But you know what?
This dude put it. Now, mind you, it was great marketing.
That's what I was just going to
say. Now, look, that's great marketing, but
I ain't really mad at that.
I'm mad at it because it shows the type of character he has.
He has no character.
No, he has character. No, it's a narcissistic character. Okay. It's a narcissistic character because only a narcissist will want to do that. And not because it's more about feeding my ego to say, yeah, I did that, more so than I'm helping out the American people.
Okay, you misconstrued me. I'm not defending Trump. You know, I know it was a marketing campaign, but did he give out the biggest stimulus check? Yeah, he did. Biden gave out 2 checks. He did, but neither one of them equaled what.
How much was the Trump check? Was only $1,200.
$1,400 per person.
Yeah, per person. I mean, the
Biden's was $700.
Two checks, 1,400.
He came back and did the 1,400 just to match Trump.
Yeah,
that's why that
was marketing.
Marketing. But I'm not even getting behind that. Was that a good idea for him to do it? Yeah, Biden should have done the same thing. If I was Biden, I'd have did the same thing. Yeah, put my name on that one. Put my name on that one too. If he was smart, he would have gave $1,420 if he was smart. So I gave out more. So that's a non-issue to me. Both of them gave out stimulus checks. Shit, I say both of them should have gave out more money because what came out of that damn pandemic.
You rich already, Coy.
Yeah, Coy talking about zero. Coy don't need no man.
Coy rich. He don't need no money. He don't need shit. He don't need shit.
Nah, they ain't gonna count that. I'm not gonna do that. Of course, I'm not.
I'm sure Coy gonna respond.
What was one of the other questions that was posed? Go back.
Oh, okay, we can go back. Well, Jason made that comment about the media is owned by 3 individuals. I'm certain y'all agree with that, right?
Yeah, all of either on CNN, the Warner Turner Broadcasting. You got that own Fox. All of them trash.
Yeah.
So I got a point to make about this, and this goes for Trump and Biden because both of them dropped the ball. It's not just the media is owned. Everything is owned by 4 companies: BlackRock, State Street, and I forget the other 2. 4 companies. They're the biggest investor in every single Fortune 500 company.
They own most of the houses.
They own. You see what I'm going with that. So I have yet to see either party say, let's use the laws that we have on the books to break up this clearly a monopoly. This is a monopoly. Mm-hmm. Let's break these companies up the same way we did with the Rockefeller Company and Standard Oil. That's what needs to happen. These investment groups need to be forced to divest from all real estate holdings. Like, you should not be invested in residential real estate at all, because you're artificially inflating the price of the real estate right now. And then they're using this falsehood that they're saying, well, there's not enough inventory of real estate for everybody in America. That's a bullshit comment.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It's
vacant houses all over the place.
It's an overflow of houses because the baby boomers outnumber all generations afterwards combined. They have the highest percentage of home ownership. So those homes that were owned by baby boomers, a lot of them are not being inherited by their descendants. They're not. They're just sitting. And what you're seeing is a whole bunch of private investment groups coming in and swooping up and buying up all the real estate at inflated prices.
But see, that's where where Trump kind of inflated all of this, because when he did that opportunity zone shit, that helped those private entities come into a lot of impoverished areas and buy up more land. And so now it become gentrified, and now they hiked up the prices. Now, on top of that, the Biden-Harris administration ain't do shit about it.
Right.
So they didn't come in and be like, hey, Trump did this, let's stop it. Okay, so just like it's very hard to stop a tariff once a tariff is put into place. Like, it's extremely hard to stop tariffs. Because, like, shit, we still got tariffs with Germany called the chicken tariff. That shit was implemented in 1940 something, like 1946. We had a tariff war with Germany. So now, what caused the recession when we had the COVID? This is how inflation skyrocketed. Trump goes into a trade war with China. Trump loses that trade war. China was whooping his ass. They was whooping his ass so bad that the Fed had to go in and lower the interest rates 3 times because the shit was getting so high. So they artificially deflated interest 3 times. Mind you, the farmers lost all their crops because China wasn't taking their crops. Remember, they had to bail out. Remember, Trump had to bail out the farmers. He had to bail them out. And guess who ain't getting none of that money that he bailed the farmers out with?
Put a pin.
Black farmers got 0.01% of that money. They had to sue. To get their money back, and they just got the money back a year ago from the Biden administration.
They didn't get that money back from the Biden administration.
They just got that. They just sued and got that money back under the Biden administration.
Okay, let me clear this up. So when you talk about the black farmers, everything else, you know, we'll come back to the house.
Yeah, I got my family is farmers in Mississippi, and I kind of okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
That lawsuit has been in place since even before Obama, from the black farmers that sued. They didn't just sue for Trump. They sued because this has been historically happening. Now, the Secretary of Agriculture, that same Secretary of Agriculture was under Obama when the lawsuit came about. They've sued several times. They sued under Obama, they sued under Trump, and they sued under Biden. The case finally got heard under the Biden administration. They didn't win. The Biden administration came to an agreement that they would set aside so much funding for. Here is the kicker: the devil is in the detail. For minority farmers, not black farmers. The lawsuit was specifically for black farmers. The Biden administration came back and said, we're going to give it to minority farmers. So, and now why is that important, the wording of that? Because when you add that minority in there, that opens up the money that was owed to specifically black farmers, to Asian farmers, to Hispanic farmers, to Pacific Islanders, and every other racial group has access to a lawsuit that was specifically for an aggrieved group.
So I'm reading this settlement right now. This is for the money that was allocated to farmers under COVID, under the tariffs that Trump failed on. This is the settlement that they got. Every farmer got $50,000. Every black farmer got $50,000 plus an additional payment of $12,500 paid from the IRS to cover these issues. So what I'm saying is it was a separate lawsuit. I seen the dude when he was talking to Roland Martin. He came on Roland Martin's show and he talked about how what's his name? The dude under Trump, not Steve Bannon, the dude, the skinny dude with the bald head, he looked crazy as hell. But anyway, how they petitioned them, hey, we're not getting our money from the money that y'all gave for the bailout money that y'all gave every other farmer. They end up winning, but they didn't win until Biden and them came in office because the people under Trump wasn't trying to hear that shit. Now, two things can be true. You can have multiple settlements. You can have multiple lawsuits against the government. Yes, I understand. There was a lawsuit. I'm looking right now. There was a lawsuit prior to Trump coming into office that has been in place for a long ass time. But that bailout money that farmers got, that was a direct lawsuit that black farmers put in. And I can't remember the black dude's name, but he always wear a black cowboy hat. But
for Roadblock, you're missing the point of what I'm saying.
I heard what you're saying. I'm just saying I'm reading what I read.
That whole lawsuit was specifically Asian farmers were not shut out of the farming money. Hispanic farmers would not shut out of the farmers' money. They had access to the money when that bill passed. But what happens now is they're able to double dip. They're able to come back in and say, "Hey, I'm a minority. I need that too." So it's not specific when you don't do anything specifically for black people. And the lawsuit was specifically for black farmers.
It said black farmers. I'm looking at it right now.
Specifically for black farmers, so it should not have been open to every minority. Is my point. So now you haven't leveled the playing field. You just kept it at the same rate because you've elevated the other minorities.
As long as black farmers get their money, I don't give a fuck if any other entity gets theirs.
You should
I don't care. As long as black men get what they, as long as black farmers get what they get, who cares?
Okay.
This is why it always dissolves, because you gotta let me talk, bro. Now I'm not cutting you off. All right. Like I said, the settlement was nowhere near what they were asking for. Nowhere near what they were cut out of. So when you empower everybody and you haven't done a specific targeted policy to address the certain community that is aggrieved, when you say, okay, I'm gonna open this up for everybody, it still leaves us at the bottom. It still leaves the black farmers at the bottom. That's why black people now are asking stuff for specifically black people. Because when you start to do this minority game, and they become real good at this. This is the shell game that they play. Oh, I'm gonna give it to everybody. There's nothing that dictates in any of those policies when you get the people of color policies that say, okay, I have to set aside a certain amount for this group because they've been the most impacted. And there's nothing that say I have to give this to them first. So when you just allow everybody to come in, what happens a lot of times is you get an overflow of these Hispanics and these Asians that come in and get all of these set-asides. And then when it comes to black folks, when we in there, we just ran, the budget was this, when we ran out of money because you should have came sooner. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we're asking for targeted policies right now.
Okay. And okay, so and I know that's what you both going back and forth on. So what okay, go, we're gonna let you read that one right quick. We're gonna let you read that in a second, sir. But well, just think about this too, right, right before you read it. Which party is gonna do what specifically for black people?
Neither.
Which party?
Neither.
I think Democrats are more adept to doing something than the Republicans, but that don't still mean that they do something. But they are more adept to doing it.
Okay.
So I'll say this: the Biden-Harris, and I was actually wrong on that number. The Biden-Harris administration recently announced that it is distributing $2.2 billion to farmers who experience discrimination from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Black food producers are using the funds to improve their farms and make them more resilient for the future. Black producers. Didn't say people of color. It didn't say brown people. It said black food producers.
There's not in the bill, Roadblock. The bill says minorities. The actual bill, I'm not talking about, that's a report. The report is stating what black farmers are going to do with the money. That's not saying that that's what the bill says. So you're conflating two different things right there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's a report versus the actual policy and what the policy says. The policy actually says.
Man, I'm looking through all these documents and I don't see shit about no people of color, brown folks. All I see is black folks.
Well, I tell you what, guys, we're gonna get that information. We're gonna put it in the comment section then. Whenever we can get our hands on that bill or a link to the bill or something like that.
I come back and find it. I don't care how long it takes.
Well, make sure you send it to me. I'll put it, and I'm gonna throw it up in the comment section, even on the on the page for this episode, because that's really good there. Hey guys, let's see. I wanted to get this in there too, because I wanted to get y'all thoughts on it. Talk to me about the border. Okay, talk to me about the border. What's your thoughts on the border, and who's gonna take care of business with the border?
Go ahead, go ahead.
So this whole thing with the border, it's actually hurting the black community, and it's hurting us the worst. What you're coming in is you got a whole labor force that's taking a certain segment of jobs that's traditionally been held by black Americans. Not only that, but you're basically bringing this group in and giving them a ground floor. We saw the same thing happen when they brought in the immigrants from Europe and gave them the Homestead Act and showed them how to farm. Martin Luther King talked about that in one of his last speeches. You're undergirding a group that could not survive America without the assistance that you're giving them. But the amount of assistance that you're giving them, you have never given to any group, not just black, any group in America. Nobody has ever been given housing, food vouchers, living stipend, all at the expense of America's taxpayers. So this is something that just don't affect the black community. This affects everybody. Plus, they're not vetting these people as they're bringing them in. So yes, it is what Trump said. They are bringing crime in here. They are bringing rapists in here. We didn't see it back then when he said it. It sounded super racist. But shit, fast forward to 2024, it sounded pretty goddamn accurate right now. And you know what else they're not doing? Now, you've spent the better part of 2.5, 3 years telling us we was in a pandemic and certain medical procedures had to be in place in the public. You forced them on American citizens. You know what they're not doing to these immigrants that are coming in? Testing them for it and mandating that they take certain medical procedures. They're not mandating that. We're seeing a spike in old world diseases like smallpox, the plague, and all of these diseases that have been pretty much eradicated in the United States. But now it's all of a sudden in the last 2 years, we're seeing a big spike in them. Where is that spike coming from? Because you're bringing people over here from countries that have not gotten those types of diseases out there population. You're not vetting anybody. You got terrorists in here. The FBI has admitted, oh yeah, we know it's terrorists in here. And they're not just coming from South America, they're coming from everywhere. This is not a smart strategy by the Biden administration. And people say, well, that was Biden, that's not Harris. Harris was the border czar. They spent the better part of the summer telling us, oh, Kamala Harris is the border czar. Now they're coming back and say, well, she's not the border czar. She was never the border czar. That's the policy that y'all put out. They got on her a couple of years ago because she hadn't even went to the border. So this crisis has been left unchecked, and this is specifically dropped at her feet right there. Because she's the one that was supposed to be over there.
All right, Roblox, you good?
Well, she was not. So she never coined the term border czar. Republicans coined the term border czar. I really don't give a damn.
No,
her main role was to go into those 3 countries where the majority of the immigrants are coming from and try to talk to their governments about how to stem those people from coming to this country. The Department of Homeland Security is supposed to maintain all of these people coming in this country. I think it's a problem my damn self. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a problem because a lot of these businesses they got to basically help wanted sign out for these people to come here and to take these jobs. All those 20 million, those 10 million people, the 10 million Haitians that was in Springfield, they was there because the factories in Springfield put out ads for them to come work because wasn't nobody taking the jobs. So they basically had a labor shortage in Springfield. Now, we talk about the border yet. Border been fucked up since day one. It's been messed up. People been coming into this country. Now, mind you, yes, it's more now than it has been anywhere else. But majority of these people, where they're coming from countries that we've destroyed. We've destroyed every country. Was it Venezuela? Destroyed. America. Foreign policy. Destroyed. A lot of these countries that these folks is coming from are war on drugs, are war on terror. All of these people that's coming here, they coming here because and when we do send people back, we're sending gang members, MS-13. Do y'all remember when we were sending MS-13 members back? During Obama's administration, we were sending them back, but we were sending them back to the wrong country. We wasn't even sending them back to their country of origin. We was just sending them back and them dropping them off, and then the plane was taking off. So now, mind you, you got people, you got gang members that's in different countries, but they're gang members. So what they do is they do what gang people do. So you got innocent people. Now, mind you, all of them ain't innocent. All of them ain't innocent. You got people coming here for nefarious reasons. Yes, some of them did some foul stuff back in their country of origin. But a lot of this stuff could have been prevented. A lot of this stuff could have been prevented a long time ago. However, this is the state we in right now. So now if we're going to do what Trump wanted to do, where we're going to do mass deportations, how's that going to look? The one study showed that mass deportation is going to cost this country $80 million a month. A month. That's what mass deportations are going to do to this country. Mind you, food is going to go up because who's going to pick your produce? Well, I work my tracks when we on the tracks and we headed down the tracks and we going through the country and shit like that. You going through cornfields, strawberry fields, you cabbage and beans and all that stuff. Who you see out there picking? It ain't us. It ain't white people. It ain't Puerto Ricans. It's the Mexicans. It's the Venezuelans. There's some people out there picking all that stuff. Now, if you deport all of them, then what? Who gonna pick this produce? Now, mind you, yes, we need to have some type of comprehensive immigration reform. We got to have some type of something where we can get so we can decipher who is the bad people and who is the good people, and come to a common ground, because mass deportations ain't it, and just letting them in carte blanche ain't it either. So we got to find somewhere in the middle and stick with it. But I don't think it's just like the abortion issue with Democrats. Democrats could have codified Roe v. Wade a long ass time ago, but the reason why they didn't is because they wanted to scare the electorate into voting blue. Oh, the Republicans gonna do this. They're gonna take your abortion rights. Da, 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 da. Oh, you better vote blue. The Republicans do the same shit. They be like, oh, these Mexicans coming in. Hold on. What?
Time out. Put a pin in that, because we're not gonna take that's another topic that we got.
There was just an example. So let me finish what I'm saying. So just like Republicans are saying, hey, the Mexicans is coming, the Mexicans, the Venezuelans, all them people coming to take your job. They coming to take your job. Oh man, they gonna make black people, y'all, they gonna take over your voting rolls, and they don't need y'all no more because they gonna vote. They can't vote. It's against the law. Unless they come out with a bill that says these people are now citizens, let them vote. Until they do that, why is we running around here scared? We just need to. I'm more, and that's why I like Cornel West, because he's a humanist. He's more about the humanity of people. He does not like to demonize people all the time, because most of the time when people are coming here, they're coming here for dire circumstances. And I land my plane.
Now you see what I'm doing, right? I'm playing the world's smallest violin for
yeah. Just like I said, I'm a humanist. I like people, man. It is what it is.
This is my problem with what you said. You said something that I've heard time and time. They've been saying, who's gonna pick the fruit? Who's gonna pick the cotton since we stopped working for free?
So nobody pick cotton.
You pay people. You're missing the whole point of it.
I'm just saying, don't nobody pick cotton.
So this is the argument that they've been had. What they're not addressing, and this neither party is addressing. I can stop immigration overnight. Overnight, I can stop mass immigration. You know how? It's a law already on the book saying you're not supposed to house them. You're not supposed to employ them if you know that they're illegal. Those laws are on the book. Been on the books for decades. Enforce the law. Enforce them. Do they need to be here? No. And what they don't want to do is pay American citizens a livable wage to do these certain jobs. These jobs are hard. They deserve the compensation for it. Will it make food prices go up? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna go up slightly, but not no great increase. No, it won't. Study after study has been shown that. You know, just like you found studies that counter that, they're saying that no, it won't send the prices up if you pay your employees a livable wage. And number two, they tried to legalize all these administrators. They had a bill that they tried to tie into the spending bill. It got struck down because they was not like, no, you're not putting this in the spending bill, where they tried to legalize all these illegals in the country right before the election. That just got struck down. That just got struck down. But somebody on the Democratic side tried to put that into the spending bill. That just happened. That is the ultimate goal of the Democratic Party, because they're working hand in hand with big business on this. We want cheap labor. That's all the Democrats want. That's all either party want, really. So I'm not gonna lay that just on the feet of the Democrats. But it's being pushed and accelerated under the Biden administration, and it's going to be extended under Kamala Harris administration.
Ain't Democrats trying to raise the minimum wage?
I didn't interrupt you. I didn't.
I'm just asking the question. I just asked you didn't interrupt me, but aren't Democrats trying to raise the minimum wage?
$20 an hour is not a livable.
But it's better than $7.
Yes, it is. I'm not. What is your point in saying that?
I'm just saying it's better than $7.
I'm not saying either party is right on that. That's not. Neither party is good.
Cheap labor,
but that's not
what I'm saying.
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. You want to bring in these people. You're bringing in people from countries that have a history of anti-black racism. There's a history of anti-black racism in Venezuela, in Honduras, in Costa Rica, in Nicaragua, in every country that they're coming from. They have black people there, and they don't like the black people where they at. You don't see mass amounts of the black people from their country coming here. So that hurts us. You're bringing in people. You already have a country with anti-black sentiment. America does. We honest about this.
We should be used to it.
So you're bringing more. You're bringing another buffer class into the country who have sentiment, who have, and then you're putting.
Oh, I think we just lost Tub there on the border. All right, Tub, you there? Okay, he's done. But yeah, we got into the border discussion there. I think we heard both sides there on that one. So yeah, let's see if we get him back real quick. Are you back to the wrap that point up?
I'm back. But yeah, they're not putting them in anybody else's neighborhood. They're dropping them in our neighborhood.
They're putting them in the lowest, the poorest community. Yeah, that's exactly where they're gonna put them. And where they get roadblock. Yeah,
so I'm not going to. You're asking me to support that. I'm not going to support that. Now, mostly we've had to deal with this government just like they have. Our government meddles in their affairs. Our government specifically sabotages black people. You know what we don't do as Black Americans? We don't run. You got problems in your homeland. Guess what? It's on you to fix them in your homeland, not in mine. You don't run to if you're being abused, you don't run to the person that's abusing you.
They don't necessarily.
That's exactly what they do.
So when you don't have, so we got the police, right? And I think in America we're kind of spoiled in where we live because we have an infrastructure, we have a police department, we have this, we have that, we got checks and balances. When you're in a third world country and that's ran by nefarious characters or gangs, there is no buffer. There is no police force. There is no government to help you. It's literally you on your own.
How is any of that our problem?
But I'm not saying that's not our problem. They not thinking about us. They not thinking about us when they come here.
It's not our place to absorb them as a people.
But it's not. So the how do we solve this is
how do they solve it?
We started the problem, so we have to solve it. So We started the war on drugs that destroyed their country. We killed Hugo Chavez in Venezuela. We do regime changes all over the place. So when we do these things, we need to stop the war on drugs. We need to stop doing this shit and invading other people's countries and taking over other people's shit and trying to steal their oil and all this other fuckboy shit. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop messing with other countries and taking over their countries and leaving their countries destabilized and letting despots and killers run amok. We need to stop that. That is our issue, because what our government does directly affects the people in this country, whether internally or externally. And it's always going to be like that. We live in this bubble because we live on this island. We stay in this island, and you got all these other countries around the world, but we do got this part of the world below us that we've been messing with for a long time. And that's where the people is coming from. That's where the people is coming from. And guess what? Some of them dudes that stay over across the sea that live in the sand land, they smuggling in too. They smuggling in too, because guess what? They see we have a problem. Everybody sees we have a problem. Rome is going to fall regardless. Rome has always fallen. And that's what I be trying. It doesn't matter who's in power. You got to understand the way this country is going right now, this is not sustainable.
No shit. That's what I'm
But
saying.
we can't stop it because the ball is already rolling. The ball is already rolling. We ain't gonna be able to stop this shit, man.
Yes, the fuck
we able to stop this.
Yes, the fuck we can.
No, the hell we not. That's why we over here loaded up. I just went and bought me 1,000 rounds of ammo the other day.
Well, good luck keeping it, because your girl don't want you to have it.
Who girl?
Hey.
I don't give a damn. Hold on, hold on. I don't give a damn who want me to have what. Just like the Black Panther said, I don't care what you don't want me to have. I'm gonna have it because that's my right. And if you come for me, you gotta come for me. Period. I'm not scared, man. Just like you said, Hot Tub, the other day. You said I'm not scared. You said I'm not scared of Trump. Trump don't scare me. Kamala don't scare me neither.
She don't scare me neither. But I'm
Look, all right, so you guys never scared.
I support her.
Hey.
I'm not gonna do just because I'm not scared. I'm not supporting Trump either. But guess what?
Yeah.
If it means that my means to fight back stays in place, then so be it. I'm not giving up a motherfucking thing. But I'm also not naive enough to say that we need to help everybody. Everybody in the world fleeing to America ain't solving the fucking problem. Let's take some personal accountability. These people from these countries need to take some personal accountability. You come from countries where you are the majority of people. We are a minority here. We fight our government on a daily basis. You are the majority where you're from. And you ain't fighting.
Yes,
you running from place to place. You running here. You running to Europe. Stay where the fuck you at and fight for your goddamn country. If you don't like how it's being ran, if it's being ran by public government, regime change, run up in there and get them up out of there.
Haiti did that.
Hold on. But you running up here ain't solving your problem. All it's doing is exacerbating our problem. I live here. I don't agree with American government. Hell, I went overseas and fought for this fucking country for years. 4 fucking years. I got a real good view of the shit that America do. But guess what? I still don't want them motherfuckers here, because I'd rather fight them where they at than fight them here where we are. And that's what's going to eventually happen.
That's exactly what's going to happen, because we keep messing around with other people.
No, we keep these motherfuckers in here. Stop letting their ass.
Oh, but we're not going to be able to stop it. That's the problem. You're not going to be able to stop this until we. Well, okay, so they've been trying to get a comprehensive immigration reform for 30 years. And nobody has done anything. Why? Because big business and these lobbyists petition these politicians, hey, we need cheap labor. We need cheap labor. Our politicians are bought and paid for. That's just how this world is. Oil companies bought and paid for our Congress and Senate. APAC. Bought and paid for it. Money runs everything. These companies is literally. They just interviewed the CEO of Kroger Group. They had him in front of Congress. They said, "Hey, is there a reason why your grocery products are still high? Because inflation has gone down. It's the lowest inflation in the world. Are you purposefully inflating your prices? Guess what he said? He said, yeah.
But guess what didn't happen? Nothing happened.
Nothing happened because they're being paid. They're being paid. But guess who controls Congress, though? The Republicans. Come on, man. And then, but I ain't gonna say they're in the majority, but you got Democrats that follow suit too, because AIPAC control the Democrats and the Republicans. That's just how the game go. Money talk, man. So you talking about immigration. Immigration is literally not going to solve none of this, because it ain't stopping, because people still gonna come over here because they're fleeing their situations. So look, let me ask you this. If your house is burning and you ain't had no you ain't had no fire truck to put it out, you gonna stay in the house, or you gonna get the fuck out of there?
You are assuming that they don't have hoses. They have hoses. They're called guns.
Dude, I'm telling you, a lot of these countries, like and I know you've been overseas. And I know you've seen poverty. Like, I know you've seen poverty. Like, these folks is destitute. If it's so bad, how do you walk from South America all the way to the border of the United States? You know how long it takes you to walk that far?
So Roadblock.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna need you to follow me on this, because I'm glad you brought that up. It costs money.
It does cost money.
What they're saying, it's specifically for South America and Central American people coming up here to cross that border. They don't know the border crossing. They don't know where and how they can cross the border safely. They're paying $20,000 to $40,000.
I heard it was like $5.
No, it's more than that. It's $20,000 to $40,000 to cross that border. These people have money. There was a
money?
Hold on. See, I let you get yours off. I'm gonna keep telling you that. You're gonna let me get mine off. They had a report that said that they're being paid. A lot of times they come up here with a card, and that card is being used as their ID. That's how they ID in a lot of these people, because they're giving them a card. The UN is giving them cards to come from their country, to cover the expense, to come from their country to here. And it's the only ones that I've seen giving it to. I've never seen it given to Haitians or Asian immigrants or nothing like that. But I've seen it. It's been reported that they're doing that specifically with South and Central American countries. So these are not poor, destitute people. Somebody is paying these people to come up here. And that's what's not being seen. There was a report that's saying that the UN is meddling into our domestic affairs with empowering these people to come up here. That's why
what's that report?
Never had an immigration problem coming from South and Central America.
It's
normally been a Mexico, Mexico, Caribbean thing. All the way up to 4 years. That's when you see mass influx of Venezuelans, of people from Central and South America coming up here. Why is that? Because they're being told that they can do that. America loosened up their immigration policies to Venezuela to allow them to come up here. So what did they president do? He emptied out the jails. He emptied out the mental asylums, the same as Fidel Castro did in Cuba. This is by design. This is
Fidel Castro.
I've said this before and before. You've heard me say this many times. This is an invasion. This is not poor destitute people looking for better. Because if it was, you would see more women and children. What we're seeing is military-aged men between 18 and 35 coming up in here. That's what you're seeing. It's not a mass of children and women coming up here looking for asylum. These are men. These are working age men. This is not no. So miss me with that bleeding heart bullshit. I've been around this world. I've been in enough war. I've been in 2 wars and two peacekeeping missions. I know an invasion when I fucking see one.
All right. Well, any closing remarks about the border, and then I got one more topic for us if you got time for it.
I've said my piece on it.
The average migrants who traveled on their own or in caravans spend an average of $2,900 to the dudes that funnel them through there. So I mean, that $20,000 is just not true.
That is very
I'm until you can look. I'm looking on CNN right now. Until you can cite me.
right.
Hold on. So the thing that we have
Okay.
the thing. Hold on, hot tub. I'm
Okay.
just like you said.
All right.
So
okay, so go ahead.
So just like what I've been doing since I've been on here is that I've been fact checking. I've been actually looking up stuff. So when you say they and you say them, I don't know who that is. I don't know what website that is. I don't know how to verify it. I don't know how to do any of that. So what I do is when I say something, I'm going to look it up and I'm gonna try to fact check it and I'm gonna try to grab some numbers instead of just saying 20,000 because 20,000 seems kind of off. But I mean, if it's true, pull it up. That's all I'm saying.
You know, I always do.
Right.
Hold on. You know, I always do because every time you call me a liar, I come back and show you.
I've never called you a liar.
You did call me a liar. You called me a liar.
I've never called you a liar.
Okay.
Hold on. When
I
I
never
told
called you a liar.
that police killings increased under the Biden administration,
I never called you a liar.
You called me a liar on RGG channel.
I never called you a liar. I've never called you a liar.
Okay, gents. All right. Okay, gents. We good. We good.
I've never called you a liar.
Hey, gentlemen, we good. We good there.
I'm trying. Let's move on to the next.
When I post this, all right.
I'm sure.
We good here. We good. But we gonna post that, and then we'll have that's gonna settle it. But yeah, it's still a good job, fellas. All right, like okay. So here's something that we need to know. All right, but before then, make sure you follow us on follow Mr. 411 please on TikTok and Instagram under Mr. 411 MISTER FOURONE. That's on TikTok and Instagram, and then also here on YouTube. Please type in 411 Sports World Network and follow us there. Got a lot of sports information. Matter of fact, Coy, who tuned in tonight, he's on our college football discussions on Sundays, and you've been invited to be on there. So you got to come out and join us, okay? Because Coy done called you out. Yeah, Coy done called you out, and we got some discussion about the youth. That you know we're trying to we're gonna talk about are they for real or not?
No,
But yeah, we're gonna do that too. So make sure you do those things. Okay, guys. Before we roll out and look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all now. I appreciate y'all being on. I know we've been on for an hour and 40, but it's good content and people can always come back to it and listen to it as long as they want. So it's gonna make good shorts too. 'Cause, man, y'all dropping some good stuff here. But hey, look, the race is on, and I want to know about the key states and which ones you all are honing in as the key states and who you think is gonna, if somebody's gonna get there, which states you think they have to take. So between Harris and Trump.
So I you got the list of the states already queued up?
I can make sure that they're done. I can read them off in the meantime. All right, I can do that now. I'll read them off right now, and then I make sure I get them out there. But you're talking Arizona with 11.
How many electoral?
Right. 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Arizona 11 electoral votes. Georgia 16. Pennsylvania 19. North Carolina 16. Michigan 15. Nevada 6. New Hampshire 4, and Wisconsin 10. Those are some of the states that have come up saying that these are some key ones. Now, if there's any other ones that you want to discuss, by all means, throw it out there. But there it is right there. That's kind of the layout. I can read it one more time real quick. Arizona 11, Georgia 16, Pennsylvania 19, North Carolina 16, Michigan 15, Nevada 6, New Hampshire 4, and Wisconsin 10 electorals.
I think and I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Kamala needs Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin If she lose any of those, it's over with. Nevada is probably going to go blue only because of Las Vegas. Arizona, since it's a border state, I think that's gonna go. I think that's gonna go Trump. New Hampshire is gonna go Harris. Georgia and North Carolina are toss-ups, man.
Oof.
I think Georgia is more leaning right, and North Carolina is more leaning left. But I mean, it's just a toss-up when it comes to. But if she loses Michigan, any of the ones, so she could win Michigan and Wisconsin and lose Pennsylvania, she'll lose the race. Period.
So
She need to win all three.
I'm a little different. I think she's gonna lose Michigan. Wisconsin, that's a toss-up right now. Pennsylvania, she's gonna win. New Hampshire, she's gonna win. Nevada, Trump's gonna take that. Arizona, Trump, I think Trump's probably gonna take it. I could be wrong.
He more Arizona than Nevada.
Like I said, I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a toss-up, man.
No, North Carolina,
Yeah.
I think Trump wins North Carolina. So all roads, in my opinion, and like Coy said in the chat, all roads go through Georgia. This is the state that's going to decide the election right here. And it's going to solely hinge on the black vote down here. Because right now, you say what you want to, I'm out here in Georgia, in the streets. And the black folks I'm talking to, black men and black women, there's a lot of black folks that not rocking with Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I'm under
She ain't losing Michigan though. She ain't losing Michigan. I think she got Michigan in chokehold.
I think she got Michigan because of Chicago. Chicago is not feeling this immigration.
No, the Chicago is Illinois.
Illinois, you're right.
Yeah, so Illinois going blue anyway. So this is the thing when you dealing with states like Michigan and Illinois. Detroit and Chicago are huge. The area of Detroit, and the reason why I think because it's a lot of groundswell in Detroit because that's one of the counties where Trump tried to steal the election. Like they literally tried to steal the votes from black folks and try to say like their shit was illegitimate. So a lot of people in Michigan are like, I don't give a damn what the hell is going on. We not voting Trump. However, Dearborn, Michigan, that's south of Dearborn, Michigan, which is south of Detroit, has the largest Arabic population in the country.
Mm-hmm.
This Gaza and Israel thing, they ain't happy. They not happy at all. So I'm pretty sure if you had to give me a percentage, I'm like 75, 80% is gonna go Harris's way.
In Michigan.
In Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big 15 right there. That's 15, but then the Carolina, if it goes the other for Trump, that'll be 16. So what about the Pennsylvania? Now, no, look, don't get me wrong. I think Georgia is key. Obviously, it's going to be key because I did see something where if Trump wins Pennsylvania, then all he has to do is technically win Georgia, and he'll have like 283 or something like that.
Yeah, right there.
The 270.
Do y'all think?
So what about Pennsylvania? What about that state, guys?
You got three different Pennsylvanias. You got Philly. You got Pittsburgh.
Everything in between.
Yeah, everything.
And everything in between. I'm telling you, because that's a large state, man. It's about like that.
Yeah.
Huge. So Philly is definitely going Harris. Pittsburgh, I don't know. Pittsburgh is them black folks out there ain't Philly.
I mean, you might as well say Philly. I mean, Pittsburgh it's blue though.
It's blue, but you seeing a lot of voter apathy coming out of Pittsburgh.
But see, if you think, the Republicans, the thing that the Republicans got to realize is that right now, and I just looked at the voter turnout for early voting. Mm-hmm. Women are almost double the amount of voters right now than there are men, and they're galvanized because of this abortion shit. because if you think about it, I live in Ohio. We had a bill. We had a referendum. Like they was literally on the voting block in 2022. Like where we voted on that, man. Them folks voted to approve of abortion rights so fast. It was what was it? It was Arkansas, Ohio, all these red states. All of these women came out to vote. It was like, y'all not about to take away this from us. So I don't know, man. That's the biggest factor. I think that's more important. Like, okay, so the economy, yeah, immigration, yeah, but right behind it is abortion. Right behind it. And a lot of these women, because women tend to vote more than men do anyway. So I think that's gonna be a big determining factor in a lot of these swing states. Because right now, what I was seeing, Harris is up by 2 points in a lot of these swing states.
This is why I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a topic that I want to take up on not this Sunday, because I don't want it that close to the election, but on the Sunday, on the next Sunday following the election. And Roadblock, I encourage you to come back for this. I want to address that whole thing with the abortion issue, because I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. A lot of these women, majority of these women, want the rights. They want to use abortion as birth control.
Some of them.
A lot of them.
Some of them.
Because there are already exceptions. Most places most places that do still have abortions, exceptions in the place. And those
Okay.
But we'll talk about it. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, we will. All right, man. We appreciate you being on, bro. And we'll get you in there. We'll get you in there next one. I appreciate you, big dog.
Just send me a
hey.
I had somebody send me something. Just
hey, and I know we will make sure you follow me and I follow you. You know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff on all your platforms. And hey, before you go, Corey says you don't want to smoke on our college football show. He said you don't want to smoke, bro. Yeah. All right, Roadblock. We appreciate you, dog.
Easy, yo.
Man, let me hold on.
All right.
We go.
He said he got to go to bed.
Go to bed. What you want, man?
Hey, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't play with me like this.
What you want, man?
Now, like I say, it's gonna be interesting. I encourage anybody. You have options. You're not forced to vote for either party. Yeah, I encourage. Check out the Black channel. Jason Black did a great breakdown with the third party candidate Jill Stein and her running mate. You got Cornel West still out there. Hey man, just show a vote against the Democrats is telling them I don't agree with what you're doing. And I encourage everybody to don't let them force you into a choice of the lesser of two evils. You still picking evil.
The devil.
Yep. All right. Okay. Well, we're gonna let you go, Roadblock. Right, and me and Tub gonna wrap it up.
All right, now peace.
Take care, man. Appreciate you. Hey, Tub. Roadblock, man. I appreciate Roadblock jumping in, man. I really do. I thought that was great back and forth there. Great information from both of you guys, man. And like the people are saying on here, great honest conversation. And man, that's basically what the vision was, man, to make sure we get that, this kind of discussion out there. Just some honest talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Carvin. Appreciate Carvin and Jason, Shannon, Coy, everybody. But go ahead, Hot Tub.
Big shout out to everybody from the 2A community that showed up for this one.
Yeah, indeed. Much love.
Really appreciate this. Whether we were talking to each other or to 1 million people or just 5 people, we gonna do this. We're gonna get this out week by week. As far as the election go, I just encourage everybody to vote your interest. Whatever is in your interest. I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. I'm giving you my perspective, and you make the best decision for yourself and for your country. If you don't like the situation that you're in now, you don't like the way the country's going, you know who was in charge for the last 4 years, So when you get in that voter box, vote your interest. That's all I say.
Amen to that. That's right. It's your right. So please do it. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, notification bell. Make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Especially if you're a sports fan. Make sure you dive into 401 Sports World Network. Hot Tub already knows it, but we talk about just about all the sports. And I got something for everybody. And experts that come in. So definitely appreciate everybody for doing that and tuning in. Tub, like I said, we'll get back together and hit some other topics, man. We got a list, man, and we still got some more stuff to tackle down the line. But I think
Yeah,
we
we do.
highlight the ones. But I think we highlight the ones that we really want to get into today. And I definitely appreciate you being on.
No problem, man. Y'all feel free to join us on Sunday. We do this Sunday from 10 to like 1. It's a marathon. We go from sports to these type of topics. So,
Yeah,
like I heard tonight, feel free. You like sports, you definitely like college football. I encourage you to come in. Mr. 411, Coy, they know him to come on 10 o'clock. I circle around after, depending on my work schedule.
that's right. But we work it out, man. And so definitely, but again, make sure you hit that notification bell because then you automatically get it whenever it pops in. Because sometimes we'll just be like, hey, let's do it now. Let's just
Yeah.
roll. We do it that way. But yes, but make sure Sunday morning tune in because Corey was on one last week, and we got something that we got to discuss on that college football scene. It's going to be dealing with the Heisman Trophy. It's going to be dealing with Deion Sanders, and you may or may not like what we got to say, but we're gonna say it. So I want you to be there to hear what's going to be said there. All right. Well, for Hot Tub, I'm 4-1. Thank everybody, and War Machine's out. We'll holler at y'all later.
Peace.